Dave, so is it true that you own a timeshare in the Iron Republic? That's what's going around. Is that true?
No, I have a duplex rental. I own the whole thing and I rent it. It's not a timeshare. And then like I go in there for a couple weeks at a time.
Gotcha. So what's the windsurfing like beyond the ice wall? How
I
is
don't know.
it out there?
I kite surf over there. It's much better. Kite surfing is the new windsurfing.
Oh man, I could probably do like a Karabati joke from there and go from that.
You could. I don't know. I think that Karabati thing. Listen, a lot of people like Dave. Stop talking about the outer lands. No, we're speculating. We're allowed to speculate. There's a lot of evidence that there's land out there. There's a lot of weird stuff with ships that you can still track that are, 1,000 miles inside the shoreline of Antarctica. That's weird, don't you think?
Yeah. Well, that's some of the stuff Oakley's going on about. Is he's really dogmatic about the scientific method, and when he starts hearing outer lands, I think the guy loses his mind.
You know what? I'm very careful, and I've gotten more careful. Whenever I talk about it, I say I try almost always say we don't need to go beyond 60 degrees south or above where we can reach to prove the Earth is flat, but we can speculate and look at evidence of things that are out of our reach. And that's how I preface it, because that's the truth. We don't know. We have no proof that there's more lands. But if you wanted to, make a bet, I'm betting there's more lands. And as a matter of fact, I'm just listening to the question and answer on Crow with Fortune, and just as I got out of the car, he talked about more land. He was talking about his answer on more land. There's more lands out there, lands that we don't know about, that we're not going to know about, lands that they're hiding, and that's fascinating. That's just another piece of information that makes it even more solid in my book.
All right, Dave, I'm just going to go for this interview. I do a show every morning, so it's kind of what I do. But
Okay.
I'm having my little Dave Weiss moment, guys. Here it is. Dave, so let's talk about flat Earth, okay? So I'm like a flat earther, right? I'm a proud flat earther. I don't skirt the issue. I don't say, I don't know what the Earth is. It seems level. I just say I'm a flat earther. I embrace it, almost like a gay guy embracing like the F word. I just say, yeah, whatever. I'm going with it. In light of like all this moon landing propaganda, Russia's crashing. They crashed their ship onto the moon. India just had their goofy rover, and they had their soft landing. We're supposed to have people there by 2025, followed by like Russia or China in 2030. They're ramping it up. It seems like flat Earth is growing.
The whole Indian moon landing, and I called it from the beginning. I said they're going to just wait, and all of a sudden they're going to come out and they go, those stupid flat earthers thought that this was real footage. Look how stupid they are. They're looking at this like, the old Nintendo graphic, and they think it's real. Of course it's not real. How would they film it? They were taking the data and putting it into a visualization. Stupid flat earthers. And people that are new to the topic will go, oh man, those flat earthers are stupid if they thought that was real. It's kind of like a trick, and it's also kind of like a poke in our face. So, okay, of course we know that's not real. Everyone knows it's not real. They could have done better graphics. Where's their proof? Extraordinary claims require some evidence, not even extraordinary evidence. Where's the evidence they landed on the moon? There's none, and it's so stupid. But I don't know. That's the ballers' argument is flat earthers are stupid for thinking that was real footage. The truth is, flat earthers were laughing at what they were sticking in front of us as proof they went to the moon.
Dave, do you think there's a threshold number that must be reached to tip the scales to blow up the hashtag science and hashtag academia, all the lies and deceptions?
I think
I don't think it's 50-50. It's got to be a threshold number, though.
No. If you ever read the book, The Tipping Point, about hush puppies in New York City, and it's a small percentage. It's a single digit percentage. And when you hit it, it tips. And then overnight it all happens. And we're at that point. We're one tweet away, one interview away. If one intelligent flat earther, not necessarily me, could talk to Tim Pool, and Tim Pool would give him a full show, that would change the world instantly. If Justin Bieber, who knows the Earth is flat, made one tweet. If Stu, Stu Peters, love him or hate him, he's out there tweeting about flat Earth all the time. He's bombing the world with flat Earth stuff. So I know a lot of people, he's a shill. No, I don't think he's a shill. I think he gets some things wrong, and I think he is out there pushing a lot of truth. I get a lot of hate for saying that, but the guy is waking people up, whether he's got 100% right information or not. I don't think he's gatekeeping. I think he's just doing the best that he can. So there's my answer on Stu. But as far as the about the tipping point, we're literally there. We have the power now. Enough people have my app where they're sharing it. Like if everyone shared, and listen, it's not all about my app. It's about waking people up. They're hiding all the information. My app bypasses that, gets you the information. Everyone holds their cell phone in their hand all friggin' day long. It's the best tool. Okay. Whatever tool you want to use it. And everybody make a commitment to yourself that you'll wake up one person a week or one person a day or one person a month, whatever it is. And we're there. I mean, this could tip extremely, extremely fast. And we just need, people, when you see somebody having a stupid flat Earth conversation because they don't know anything. What's that show Tim Pool was just on? Isn't the guys in Florida? The in-person podcast. What's it?
Was it like a men's podcast?
Yeah, men's podcast. It's
Fresh and Fit.
Fresh and Fit. Yeah.
Yeah.
And they were just talking about flat Earth. Dumbest conversation ever. They know nothing, right?
Yeah.
But if they had me on, if they had Jaron on, if they had anybody other than anyone that is not afraid to talk about it and knows the answers, it doesn't make flat earthers look like they believe the Earth is a disc floating up in space.
Right.
Then that's going to change everything. So it's this close. We have the power. Everyone's out there. There's so many people that have seen shows. They email me like, Dave, check this show out. Here's the timestamp. They were talking about flat Earth. Here's the email address. I put some messages in the chat that they should have you on. Message them, and then I get on these shows. Okay, not just me. If you have someone else that you like better than me, get them on. But if we do that, we're days away, weeks away, months away. Who knows?
Can I ask you this, Dave? Do you ever fear the consequence of the globe lie, the uncovering of the globe lie? Do you ever fear the consequence, toppling of governments, economies collapsing, et cetera, et cetera?
It depends on how you look at that. I mean, if you got rid of our government, that would cause some mayhem, but that is in general a good thing. It depends on how everyone deals with it, but I'm not in fear of anything. I'm in. The only thing I could be afraid of is not doing anything. Is what would happen to me if I didn't do anything? What would happen to me if I didn't do the best that I can to wake up people? People like Dave Weiss is in it to make good money. I walked away from a lot of money. I walked away from my life's goal, having my own business. I walked away from it all, not even knowing if I could barely pay my bills. Okay. Now,
may I jump in and say something really quick?
Go ahead.
I just want to say that there is a criticism out there that it's like you're door knocking with a sales pitch because it's rapid fire, so many interviews. But I would like to say that from my perspective, I feel that it's not even a sales pitch and that this is your real personality and that you are laser focused on this topic.
Rose, what does every flat earther want to do every day? What do they want to do every day? They want to wake up other people to flat Earth. They want to wake other people up to flat Earth, right? So my job that I created, because I thought it into existence, is to wake up other people to flat Earth. Somehow the universe, this realm we live in, the creator, whatever, has put me in a situation where that's my job. The better I do it, the more rewards there are for everybody. And when people start counting the money, oh, look, he's got 115,000 people on the friend finder, times $10 of, bullshit. It's not, you have no idea. I'm paycheck to paycheck like the rest of you. But hey, one day I'll make $1 billion. Okay. You should be happy because when I do that, we're going to have airplanes testing vertical gyros. We're going to have trips to Antarctica. We're going to do everything. We're going to have camera equipment filming, sunsets in the South in the summer and the winter versus the South in the summer and in the North in the summer and the winter. We are going to prove the Earth is flat beyond. Well, it's already proven, but we're going to get the information out there. Okay.
That's so exciting. That's a really huge promises. A trip to Antarctica. We're supposed to be like under promising, over delivering. That's a really big promise.
It's
Well,
not
it
that
isn't
big of
under
a promise.
promise
It's really
because
not.
because eventually we're going beyond the ice wall, Rose, and I want to board that motherfucker. I want to be.
I have to replace the dishwasher in my duplex in Iron Republic.
I
So.
love it, Dave. Do you at this point have look? I'd imagine, given your popularity and your notoriety on the subject, do you have any heat? Do you feel any heat coming on you from, let's say, 3-letter agencies and otherwise?
If
and
you
how do you
listen
handle
to
that?
if you listen to Fortune on Crow, everyone, if you're not subscribed to Crow, I think most people here are. You're missing out. But if you listen to what he says, and I say it all the time on my shows, we create our own reality. And the only true statement I ever heard from any president is FDR. The only thing to fear is fear itself, because fear is the only thing that'll take you down. When you vibrate on a different level with creation, it's got your back. Okay. Wherever you are, whatever label you want to put on it, that's all your own journey. I'm trying to be very careful with my words here, because I want people to figure it out themselves. So as far as fear, I have zero fear. No 3-letter agencies, no nothing. I just do my thing, mind my own business. I mind my own business, but I'm out there getting in everyone else's business. But I ignore the petty squabbles as much as I can. Sometimes I have to poke the bear. Occasionally you got to poke the bear, and I just do. I enjoy life. And guess what? I get to wake up people. This is super fun. Now, talking to that class was fun. 45 minutes though. It's like, it's hard to. I was feeding them with a fire hose. If you got to that when I said that to one of the classes, because you don't. There's too much to say in 45 minutes. So that's it.
I wanted to ask you, Dave, what kind of school let you talk? Is it a private school?
No, it was a public school.
Wow.
School, but it was a senior elective class. And I asked, I said, when I told somebody about this, I said, what does this teacher want to get fired? And he goes, well, we really don't have a set curriculum, and the county really doesn't know what we do here. So I got him to agree to let me record it and hide faces and identities and schools. Rose, you watched it. Could you tell anything? Could you tell who anybody was or where it was?
Absolutely not. You cannot tell. It's just like a beautiful logo blurring everything out.
All right. It's good.
I hope he says yes to you sharing it.
I'm sharing it already. So if anyone's on my Patreon, it's there. Rose has the link. I'm sure it probably leaked out a little bit. I haven't looked at how many views on it.
David, I cannot believe that you would even joke about me leaking an unlisted link from you.
It's not going there.
Had I known that I could do that, there are so many links I would have.
I'm hoping. The email I emailed it to him is a school email address, so I don't know if he checked his email on the weekend. If not, I'm sure he'll check it on Monday, and then I'll release it on Monday.
Cool.
Sorry, Rose, I didn't mean that. I kind of did, but sorry, not sorry.
Yeah. Right. I'm not a leaker. You silly goose.
Yeah. So I think that we are in what I always refer to it as the flat earth soup. And everybody does their own thing, and all these different things together make a great soup, because if we all did the same thing, it would be a very tasteless, boring soup, and it wouldn't cover all of the angles. And people are like, what can I do? You can share videos. You can, try to talk to people. You can send them to my website, send them to Jaren's site, send them to whatever you think is good for that person. If they're super Christian, send them to the biblical playlist. And if they're, everyone's like, what's the best way to wake somebody up? Depends on the person. Depends on how much time they have. It depends on what they're interested in. Right. I'm short attention span. I guess you can call me ADD, or at least I used to be. That's why I make short videos, and those short videos get people interested, and they watch another, and they watch another, and the next thing you know, they're watching, hours and 5 hours, and then they're like, holy crap. I get emails every single day that keep me going. Right. These emails are like, you woke me up. I saw this. I couldn't believe it. and I still get people watching the Professor Dave, like, he was horrible, you know, and then I just send them the Mind Shock version, and they're like, wow, holy crap, he snapped me out of that spell. So everyone just share, be nice, help others, be charitable, just do all of those good things that lift your vibration.
Let me ask you something, David. Is it true that the friend finder on the Flat Earth app is being used as like a dating app and it's already become like a little Tinder?
It's not a Tinder, because people aren't just banging on there. I mean, maybe they are, I don't know. But people are using it to meet other people. There's a dating group. It's got over 100 people in it, and the conversations in there are very cool. And people are meeting each other. I know that people have gotten married and have kids already because of the app. So is it a dating app? Sure. Is it going to be a job finding app? I'm so close. I have testing versions. There's links floating around for the Android and for Apple to test this new version and work out the bugs. And it's really cool. It's going to have like a whole Facebook thing where you can be friends with people, and then once that's in place, I'm going to have the games that you can play with each other, and it's just going to be a whole way to bring people together. You know, just like Rose, we became friends online here. We met somehow, but there's people that, you know, you can look in your area, have these meetups. There's a meetup that was happening just up in New York, maybe 20 minutes from here, and I didn't go because we had some other plans, but I would have loved to go on and meet some new people. What's the number one thing you want to do every day? You want to meet new flat earthers, and you want to wake up people that have no idea what flat earth is. Okay, the app helps you do all of those things.
Right. Let me say this to Dave. Dave was critical and integral in my whole flat earth awakening. He was one of the people out there pumping videos that really helped me get over that hump. I was a big Owen Benjamin guy at the time, Rose. So when Dave would go on Owen Benjamin's and Owen was going through his whole flat earth thing, I was kind of along for the ride, like I heard it in 2015 when it first came out, and I was like, oh, but I had stuff going on. I was like, can we really see too far? What the fuck is that about? And it took me about 2 years before it finally clicked in. And I was one of those people that had a quintessential flat earth awakening. So somebody said something, and it all hit me at once, and then my whole paradigm fell. And then once I picked myself out of the fetal position off the ground and got some coherence back, now here we are. So I just wanted to thank Dave for that. So Dave, I'm one of the people that you're kind of, helping to wake up, man. So kudos to that, dude.
I just wish everybody would stop the squabbling and just do the best that they can, the best way that they want to do it, and just go for it. I mean, we're there. We're already there. Look at the blue dots on the map. It's insane. It's insane. And every one of those wants to wake up other people. Right?
Right.
I mean, what could be better than that?
Well, that's the thing. Once you become a flat earther, you can't shut the fuck up about it, And there goes your friends, your family, but who cares? You have like this whole community for what it's worth.
The highest purpose of life is to seek ultimate intellect and share it with others. That's what our drive, that's what we all really want to do. That's the purpose of life. Okay. And when we discover the heliocentric lie, which is literally the matrix prison for your mind, we're like so thrilled down to our soul that we want to share it with other people.
Right.
And
right.
I don't, then all these anti-flat earthers, and then all of the ones that are just causing trouble, like Nathan Oakley and stuff. I truly wonder if they're demonically possessed. I mean, if they have, there is spiritual possession that doesn't want, that doesn't want, the truth of creation to come out.
Rose, did Dave Weiss just say Nathan Oakley's demonically possessed? Did that just happen?
I said I wonder. Like, I can't imagine him being that horrible of a person by himself.
I don't know. Here, I mean, Rose, how do I resist going into my Nathan Oakley impression right now? How do I resist doing that? Dave, do we need to work out here? Rose, should we do like an Dave, you know, in my former life, in my former profession, I was
boy.
involved in conflict resolution, Dave. Sometimes it helps to talk these things out. So maybe we should role play here, Dave, because you know, we have to get through this because Nathan Oakley is one of the top flat earthers. He's been at it for a long time. We need to bridge the gap.
Top flat
here.
earthers, he's got like 200 subs. Come on.
But he's been doing this for a while. I mean, the guy's no lightweight.
It's like saying that, you know, 99% of the people think the earth is a globe, so they must be right. Okay? I mean, he's in there nitpicking. How many new people has he brought in? I don't care about flat earthers, okay? I care about people that don't know the earth is flat. What happened? Did he go?
No, he's still here.
Okay.
No,
so
I'm
don't
going.
get me wrong. Don't get me wrong.
Hold on, David. It's me. It's Nathan Oakley, David. How are you? Zetetic Warrior brought me here today, David. You fundy muppet. Hello, David. I have you. Rose trapped you here with me, Nathan Oakley. I'm here at Flat Earth Debate. Finally,
David.
I had my way with your representative Austin Whitsitt the other day, moron. Now I'm going to have my way with you, David. Look, David, how do you answer the charge that when I talked to you, you basically told me that I have shekels in a boat and go fuck myself? What do you say to that, David? Did that happen? Did that really happen, David?
No, he was demanding that I come on his show for my education. I said, I got better things to do. And he's like, you know, like what? I'm like, well, I'm going to go swimming, make a video about flat earth while I swim. And then I'm going to go out on my boat and enjoy this beautiful day. What are you going to do? Are you going to just have another shit show shitting on other flat earthers and being negative? So.
David, how dare you? That is unscientific of you. I knew it. Just I told the world. He blinded me with shekels, of course. That's what they do, everybody.
All right. Listen. You're sucking me into drama. I'm not interested. I don't want to talk about it.
Yeah.
Well, Dave, let's get into it. And welcome to Z Show. You and I have spoken once before, but it was on Rose's channel. Welcome to Z Show.
Thanks. I don't have my camera on, but I'm not set up with my camera, so.
It's all right. Don't worry about it. It's nice to have you here. So what I'm finding, Dave, is that really the core of this issue is not about the information, because the information at this point is overwhelming, okay?
Yeah.
It's the idea that we're facing a level of indoctrination that is on such a scale that it's beyond comprehension. To me, Dave, it's not about the information. It's that people can't grasp the magnitude of the lie, the magnitude of this deception. So when faced with overwhelming information that contradicts their pre-indoctrinated paradigm, they will reject it. They will put up a defense mechanism. They will show cognitive dissonance. They will show confirmation bias, and they will react emotionally because indeed they were conditioned through their emotions. He's evidencing the situation that I feel as though we have today, is that people are not really able to handle the information because they are functioning from their emotions, and they're presupposing a reality that they're not understanding is a belief. It's a belief only. There is no objective fact to it, because the reality is all applied physical science, all observable, measurable, and testable reality point to a level horizontal realm, plain and simple.
Exactly. It's amazing, and they've done such a great job getting people to be so lost in the heliocentric model that, you know, it takes a lot to admit that your entire world is a lie. I mean, you could find out your spouse or whatever was cheating on you. You could find out that something horrible in your life. You could find out that, oh, you know, this isn't true. But the entire foundation of your world isn't what you were told. It's hard to let that go. And they've really done an amazing job. Hats off to the controllers on this one. They've done an amazing, amazing job brainwashing kids before they could even talk. You know, I think the brainwashing starts, you know, as soon as you put them in front of that TV. Then school, it's worse, the indoctrination camp, and every book. You know, I was in, I think it was Costco, and they have all these books, and you're looking at all these nice hardcover books. I used to be in the printing industry, and I see this space book and rockets, and it's super high gloss, high quality, amazing paper, printed beautifully. It's 3 inches thick, and the cost was $4.99. Okay, you can't ship that book for $4.99, but they want you to have this stuff. They want you to treasure these books, so they put them in at pricing that everyone's like, oh, this is a great gift, right? It's all.
Well, it's the same thing with the textbooks.
Yeah.
They say that the Rockefeller education system, it appears that the Rockefellers, whoever, you can put any name on it, one of these elites, whoever these controllers are,
Yep.
they appear to be funding academia and education and subsidizing it, like you said, to the point where
Yeah.
the cost of the goods, the books or whatever it is basically being subsidized to promote the propaganda. Let me ask you, because you pointed something out in your conversation with our friend Graphics there. You said that he's going to be, I don't know, I'm going to paraphrase, like in the minority in the near future. Do you believe that? Do you believe that this information, that the Globe lie is on the verge of
Yes.
being uncovered in front of the
There-
world?
I would say almost all of the very big podcasters know the earth is flat. They're just afraid to talk about it right now. Okay. Because they don't want to lose their stuff. I was, we had Tyler Oliveira. I didn't know the guy before he interviewed me. And he did, you can call it a hit piece, but if it was any less of a hit piece, it wouldn't have been pushed on the front of, the number 1 or 2 search on Google for the 24 hours that it got most of its views. He's got like 600, 700,000 views on it, and it is bringing a ton of people over. So he realized that the YouTube algorithm is stifling his channel because of this. So he is frantically putting out anti-flat Earth stuff, right? Which is just making it worse.
Well, it's funny, Dave, because I saw this, not to interrupt you, but his videos that he releases every, like, let's say 2 weeks on average.
Yeah.
He has over 4 million subscribers. Each video was getting over 2 million views consistently. Do you know the current views? Are you saying it's well below that at this point, which would show obvious fuckery?
Yeah, no, totally. Because he was the number 2 search, and now he's not even in the search. You can't even find him unless you search for it. And so he realized that his he's making $100,000 a month sometimes with the number of views he's getting. He realized that his channel just came under scrutiny, so he's pulling out all of the stops. He's like, I trolled these flat earthers, I did that, and we knew where he was coming from, but there's so many people that have reached out to me. I spent 8 hours the other day just responding to emails saying, hey, I saw your thing on Tyler, where can I get more information? So he's waking up a ton of people. And as you say, all publicity is good publicity. I think good publicity is better than bad publicity, but it is all publicity. So get back to your question. There are lots of big people. All of the top people in the medical freedom, health freedom movement, they're all flat earthers, right? I was going to speak at Anarchapulco. At least 4 of the speakers, including the founder and myself, so 5 of us are full flat earthers, right? There's a lot of these big podcasts. They know, so they're just waiting for that one person. Stu Peters is out there, love him or hate him, whatever you want, I don't care. He's posting flat earth stuff every week on his Twitter and getting tons of people engaged. And then I'm going in there, and other people are going in there posting real good answers to their questions and to their stupid comments, and people are waking up. So my answer is, yeah, I think we're one tweet, one video away from this literally going viral overnight. It's going to happen so fast, it's going to make our heads spin, unlike the earth.
See, that's the proverbial tipping point.
Yes.
Where there's a point at which the understanding becomes great enough where then it just shifts the paradigm. Here's the question. How do you see this playing out? Of course, we don't know, but we can conjecture, David. How do we see this playing out? Okay, it goes viral. All of a sudden, your grandma, grandpa, Uncle Jim, and Aunt Tilly are all talking about it at the Thanksgiving table. What does that look like? Because I'll tell you what I see, Dave. I see financial systems crumbling.
Yep.
I see governments toppling instantaneously.
Yep.
And I see war. Now, what I'm saying is, I see, let's say, proverbial birthing pains. I don't see a transition from the deception to the uncovering of truth without any trials and tribulations. What do you
So
see?
I can see that, but I can also see another possibility that will definitely in some form happen, where instead of toppling what's there, instead of fighting the current system, we just create a new system and we forget about the old system. So all the people that are waking up, they're like, you know what? Let's not worry about the old system. Let's just say, hey, we're starting this new education system. We're starting this. We're going to use this cryptocurrency, whatever it is. We're going to start our own financial system. And if everyone ignored the governments would have no power whatsoever. The only power the governments have is because everybody is afraid of them and does what they say. Right? They have nothing. They have absolutely nothing. So yeah, this goes viral overnight. There will be an amazing time, and I would never want to miss it, of the turning over of society to waking up to this new paradigm. And I think the new paradigm will be so exciting that the positive of it will overtake the negative. And there'll be people that want blood and heads, and I wouldn't mind seeing a few heads in the, hanging, swinging from trees. But that's not the goal. I think that this whole awakening is going to be so amazing that it'll dominate. The pro will overwhelm the negative part.
Let me ask you this, Dave. How do you think this goes? Because my understanding is, of course, that military leaders, the guys at the top, they understand that we exist in a level horizontal realm. If they have to navigate as, let's say the theater of war, like from World War II, okay? If they're navigating around the world, they have to understand practically the maps they're using and how they relate and the impossibility of the globe. So the military at least has to know. But what I'm asking you is, how high do you think it goes? Meaning to say, presidents, leaders of nations, even Elon Musk himself or the head of NASA, I contend may be even deluded like everybody else. I think it's quite possible that those that know may count amongst a very small number. I think it's possible that this delusion goes so deep that even the Neil deGrasse Tysons of the world, and dare I say even like an Elon Musk, may be also being unwittingly duped, played, and puppeteered by whatever this control structure is. I'm just conjecturing. How high do you think it goes?
Yeah, I agree. I go back and forth on whether Elon knows or not. I think was it him that has like this big scar on his head? Like he could be totally MK Ultra mind controlled. Neil deGrasse Tyson, he's not the smartest guy at all, so he might be. Don Pettit, he probably 100% believes everything he's saying is real. That on the space station, you had that young black girl. She's totally in a hypnotic trance, hanging from wires, and she believes she's on the space station. So yeah, they can fool people that way. Biden, I don't even think he knows he's president, so I don't know if what he knows about the Earth. And I would say there are some world leaders that know, and some that don't. There's not as many people in the in the in the power structure that there's not as many that we think know. I mean, there's less that know than one might conjecture. I think more people outside of the power structure know. I think we're dominating. So when this goes viral, yeah, some heads will roll, but I think we're gonna just be focused on a solution. You don't want to look back at the rubble. You want to look forward at what we're gonna do with this new information. And I think that time's coming very, very soon. And it's gonna be I don't want to say mayhem, but I want to say it's going to be a wild time. And some people are going to look at it and go, "Oh my God, this is the most awful thing in the world," and other people like us are going to look at it and go, "This is the most amazing thing in the world. This is fantastic," and we're going to go from there. So we'll see what happens. It's a crazy world we live in, and I'm doing the best I can. Just for those of you out there, if RV is out there, I'm holding up 666 signs with my hands right now and making the Freemason symbol at the same time while standing on one leg with a hand in my shirt. Okay, just so you can make a good video about this, all right? Because we've never seen the gestures he's making or what he's doing or his giant bubble head. The reason I'm mentioning that is I'm going to be on the Jeff Doherty show tonight, addressing some comments that have been made recently, and Jeff's going to be asking me
Wow, Jeff
all the
Doherty,
hard questions. Yeah.
the Christian whistleblower, Mr. Jeff Doherty himself.
Want to hear a funny story? The first time I was on his show, when he first came on the screen, I'm like, wow, I'm on with the Christian whistleblower. I thought he was a Christian blowing the whistle on conspiracies.
No, it's quite the opposite. He
No, it's
was
quite
once a pastor. He was I forget which denomination. He was in the denomination where they would smack you on the head and you go and confide.
Yeah.
I think it's oh, somebody will tell me in my chat. Anyway,
whatever. Yeah.
Yeah, he was in that one. He had a funny story that he was so arrogant as a pastor that he would wipe the sweat off his brow and use that as the anointing oil on people. Ask him that question. It's disgusting to hear it.
All right, so just so people know, I don't agree with a lot of what Jeff Doherty says, but I applaud his right and ability to convey his message. I think that Christians should be friends with him because he's holding his position, they hold theirs, and the truth will prevail. So I'm all for everybody talking about what they want to talk about as long as they're authentic in what they're saying.
He seems to be embracing the Nordic gods, last I heard. He's onto the Nordic thing. Also, you'll be interested, Dave. He's also very interested in the Aryan presentation, the National Socialist Party that we saw arise after the Weimar Republic and World War II Germany, and he's very interested in that culture. So you and he should have a lively conversation. I watched him do I watched him become a flat earther in real time some years ago.
Yeah,
I saw that. Yeah. It was right around the Owen Benjamin time. It was right around that 2017 era.
I think it was a little before Owen. I think I was like one of the first flat earthers he had on his show. We don't know if there's anything beyond.
Right, we don't know.
We don't know. But you know, one of the things, like in the Tyler Oliveira stuff, he's at my house for 4 or 5 hours, and we're interviewing, and I'm showing him all of the hard stuff that we can measure and test. And he's like, "Well, what about the ice wall? What's beyond the ice wall?" And we're talking about space, and I was explaining how ridiculous space is, and how the distances are ridiculous, and the gas balls in a vacuum are impossible. None of it makes any sense. And then he wanted to talk about Antarctica and what could be beyond the ice wall. So I said, all right, but this is all speculation. There's some evidence, but there's nothing that we can prove until we have the ability to explore. And I talked about the outer lands, and he was like, show me some maps and stuff. And I clearly pointed out this is all just theory and conjecture. And I looked at it and I said, if the Earth was flat, this makes sense. And that's what he used. I showed him that. He goes, Dave says this makes sense, right? And I don't regret, of course, I don't regret saying that. But then all of the armchair quarterbacks are like, why is he talking about that? He's just making flat Earth look stupid. No, I'm not, right? That that video he put out, let's take 10 more videos like that from him or from anybody. We'll take it because it is waking up more and more and more people. Even the ridiculous video with Dave Farina. The debate, the alleged debate that I was on, that is waking up tons of people that we would never reach. I get emails still from people going, no way am I a flat earther, but why did this guy act like that? And I was like, all right, thanks for emailing. Here, watch these 2 videos, watch these 3 videos, and then you'll know. And I'll send them some good stuff. And then I get an email back going, holy crap, this is real. I had no idea. And so, all publicity is publicity. So,
yeah, fair point on that, man. And I saw the video you referenced with was it not Simon, Professor Dave? He goes by Professor Dave, where he basically used a litany of let's say logical fallacies in his approach towards you. Let's say ad hominem would be primary amongst them.
Well, if you watch the Mind Shock, on the app, if you go to Debunking the Debunkers or on my channel, you'll find the Mind Shock did a breakdown of logical fallacies and ad homs and kept score. It's the funniest video I've ever seen, and Dave's got the worst score ever. It's a real logical look, and he takes it from not flat or globe point of view. He's just looking at it for the validness of the argument, and it came out completely ridiculous. I was going to say something else, but I forgot what it was.
That's right. You know, it's funny. People who say, "Oh, Dave Weiss is in it for the money," this, that, and other thing. If Dave, I got a recommendation. If you really want to be in this for the money, Dave, here's your move right now. Switch your stance, go Globy, and you'll get millions and millions of videos as you go against the flat earth. That's how you're going to make money, dude. You're not really going to do a lot of, make a lot of fucking finances coming out doing what Dave's doing, everybody. You have to understand that. You want to make money, this isn't the route to do it. You actually do the opposite, and YouTube will promote you right to the top of the algorithms, because when I look at the anti-flat earthers, they have millions and millions and millions of views. When I look at people like Dave, Jaron, Mr. Whitsitt, and others like him, you can obviously see the shadow banning and the outright suppression of this information. It's absurd to think that anybody's in this game for money. Dave, people say that to me, even on my relatively small channel, that I'm basically in this for some financial gain and I'm duping people. It's insane, the argument on its face.
You know, absolutely. People say that all the time, and it's the dumbest thing ever. They say that I'm in it for the money, and I walked away from a lot of money to follow this, because this is I feel it is my calling, and I don't want to live in a world where we're living in a world of lies. And I'm doing my best by myself. I sure do need some help. But everyone thinks, oh, this is all scripted. It's so funny. I used to be like, wow, RV's really, he's got a good analysis. And I believe a lot of what he's saying. But then when he says that I'm a shill, and I know that I'm not a shill, and he says that it's scripted, and I know it's not scripted, and he pointed out to the redhead guy in the jersey, that he goes, one of the paid actors, that's my friend Ian. He's a comedian in Connecticut. And I'm like, I have to reevaluate everything this guy has ever said, and it's complete and total stupidity. So it's I don't know. It's crazy. If I wanted to sell out, I could certainly sell out. I definitely could. I'm working my ass off all the time, 7 days a week. I don't take a day off, right? Except when I go across the ice wall to my mansion over there. I do relax over there because there's not good internet over there. Just so you know.
I can imagine. All right, David, we appreciate you coming on. I know you kind of popped on impromptu. It was very welcome. It was a pleasure. Make sure you come back and see us. Where could we find you? Give us a spot.
Oh, that's what I remember what I wanted to say. In the video, and that's one of the biggest things that RV says. He goes, look, there he is trying to sell his app. Yep, I am trying to sell my app. I want everyone in the world to have my app so they can find the information that Google's hiding from you. Right. I tell people, just go to my website, and people are like, oh, you're sending them to your website for the truth. Well, my website is probably one of the best places for a compilation of everyone's work. I have all the stuff there. I have links to everything. You don't have to get the app, and you can find the truth there. Rather than, where am I going to send them? Over to Eric Dubay, right? Eric Dubay's got some great stuff, but then you'll find stuff on the H hoax, and that'll piss some people off, even though it's probably true. And then you'll find stuff where he's dressing like a woman, making fun of flat earthers, and then that'll scare people away. So, what do? I try to go on as many different shows as I can, big and small, and especially the ones that don't like flat Earth, and try to spread some truth. And it seems to be working. So, for all the haters out there, I don't know if I'm allowed to swear here, but you can GFYS.
Right on, Dave. And flatearthdave.com would be the website. Is that correct?
That's it. That takes you right to my website, and then you can get the app there. You can scroll down to the crash course. That just bypasses YouTube's algorithm and shows you the best videos. And I say turn off Netflix. Watch these videos. They're actually very well done, entertaining, amazing. And it's impossible to watch 2 or 3 of them and remain to be a globe earther. The only people that are globe earthers are people that refuse to look at the actual information. And then they're like, well, let me look at the information. And they Google flat earth, and Google serves them up mind control. That's it.
Awesome.
All right, man.
All right, Dave, come back and see us soon, man. Much love. It was a pleasure.
See you. Thanks. Bye.
Dave Weiss, everybody.